What's up, everyone? This is Steve from Bloom Audio, and today we're going to talk about Campfire Audio's 2023 Universal IEM lineup. Now, Campfire's made a bunch of changes here and really refined what they're doing, and I think created a cohesive vision for what they want to do and what makes Campfire stand out in the IEM landscape. Let's go ahead and take a closer look. Their latest batch of IEMs, Campfire Audio seems to be pushing a vision for a full experience that goes along with your IEMs and with your music. So the materials and craftsmanship that you'll find in the packaging itself is, I think, the best I've ever seen, pretty much at any price point. This is sort of like, $10,000 watch level stuff or more. This isn't what you typically find even at the $2,000-$3,000 level with earphones. What that means is that in addition to just a nice package that you can see here transforms into a display case, there's other things included. There's a short story snippet that you kind of put together by getting all the different pieces. They also have those available online, so you don't have to pay like $10,000 just to get different snippets of the story. There are trading cards, and it's just a whole really unique idea that they put together here in each of these, with each being, the art and design being tailored to their vision for each IEM. So you have Andromeda Emerald Sea, we have Solaris Stellar Horizon, and Trifecta Astral Plane, and we also have the Campfire Orbit, which again, even the idea of orbit fits in with this whole sort of spacefaring idea that they've got going and that whole motif that they're working with. So starting at the top with Trifecta Astral Plane, this is a really unique design on an IEM. It's a triple dynamic driver, and the drivers are all pointed towards one point. They're each a full range driver. And the sound that you get here, it's definitely warm, definitely some focus on the low end. So you get a little bit of an emphasis in the mid bass and some amount of a V shape there with mid bass and low mids carrying some emphasis for a warmer sound, but then also having a pretty solid treble as well. But again, this is really focused on the power, the sensation, creates this almost headphone-like soundstage that like an over-ear headphone. So really great sense of spaciousness, very tactile, organic sort of sound here that they've created with Trifecta. Solaris Stellar Horizon is really just a continuation of the ideas and evolution of the Campfire Solaris. So there's some clear similarities in the design, in the shape, but this is by far, I think, the best looking Solaris yet. It takes some of those ideas even from that original gold top one and some ideas from the black version and some ideas from their Astral and Kern collaborations, the Solaris X and the Pathfinder, which shared some Solaris DNA. Now, Solaris is a 4-driver hybrid, so there's 3 balanced armatures, 2 for the treble, 1 for the mids, and then it's worth noting the dynamic driver isn't just in the bass. The dynamic driver does the bass and low mid as well in that configuration. So it ends up giving you a very sort of a natural sound that leans more towards a reference tuning. So this isn't going to be kind of warm and highly lush like Trifecta is. This is a little bit more towards a reference neutral sound with just a touch of warmth, touch of extra energy in the bass, but really strong treble extension and top end definition there. Andromeda Emerald Sea is clearly recognizable as an Andromeda here with this sort of angular green shell. They've smoothed it out a little bit and it actually makes it a little bit more of a comfortable fit. And they've also changed up the sound a bit. This is probably where Solaris is clearly recognizable from a sound perspective as a refined version of, the Solaris 2020 and the original Solaris, or the Solaris X even. Andromeda is kind of a totally different animal in a lot of ways, because where they really pulled back is in the mids and lower mids, where the original Andromeda had somewhat of a warmth there. This is a little pulled back and more emphasized in the bass. So you get a stronger low end, deeper bass extension, a little bit less mid-range, and then again, you get some highs, good definition up top, but it sort of rolls off a little bit, so you don't get quite as much air. So it's really a totally different feel than the Andromeda 2020 or the Andromeda Classic, but still just a really great IEM here. I think one of the complaints I'd always heard about Andromeda was, I feel like there's not enough bass. And it seems like Campfire Audio turned around and said, okay, you guys want some bass? Here's an Andromeda with some bass. While it's not really in the same category as the rest of their lineup, there's the Orbit TWS. Now, Orbit is a totally different animal. This is now kind of taking over their budget line. And to be totally honest with you, what they've achieved here sounds a lot better than some of their previous budget options to my ears. When I think about the IO or the Satsuma or even the Honeydew, Orbit is personally, I think, a superior tuning. I think most people are gonna like this a lot better. Really great detail and musicality in this TWS format. So they've done something really solid here, and it also has a really strong DSP that works with the app and allows you to do quite a bit of configuration with the sound. So out of the box, these lean warm. They're not, super warm and bassy like the Honeydew was. They're a little bit more refined, a little bit more mid-range presence there. But again, you can use that DSP to make them into a bit more of a bass monster, or, even things out a little bit and make it more of a reference sound. But really solid TWS here from Campfire that does a lot of things well that I think Campfire hasn't been able to achieve in their budget lineup in the past. So this 2023 lineup refresh for Campfire ends up being really interesting. From the very lush, organic, but powerful Trifecta, the more reference-tuned Solaris, the Andromeda, which is seriously fun IEM, and also detailed, powerful bass there, and the Orbit, which again achieves some things in this TWS format that's better than what Campfire's done with wired options in the budget range in the past. I think this is a really great lineup, and the thing that brings it all together is, again, beyond just the incredible music experience you can get listening to these, they've added this visual, artistic experience, kind of combining art, literature, design, and everything else, for just a really unique and really complete feeling experience with these IEM. Thanks for watching. You can check out Campfire Audio's complete lineup, along with a lot of other great products, at bloomaudio.com. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll be back soon with more high fidelity audio content.